My name is David Hodgson. I'm a graduate student in the mechanical engineering department. I'm pursuing my PhD. I got my undergrad at RPI in Troy, New York, and after that I worked in industry for about 2 years. And then I decided to go back to grad school and pursue my PhD. When I first started here, my goal was just to be here and get my master's degree and then move on to back into industry. But after being here for a little while, I realized that I really liked doing research, and my goal now is to get my PhD and then become a professor. Right now what we have is we're focusing on applying this reinforcement learning inside robust control to HVAC systems, but this application has endless boundaries because there's lots of things, lots of control processes that could be improved by having some sort of learning element to them. And by having the computer agent learn how to do things, they can be applied anywhere. So my professional goal is to just continue this and maybe find other applications for the same sort of technology that we're developing. The current project involves combining reinforcement learning and robust control and applying that to a heating, ventilating, and air conditioning system. So we have a model HVAC system, and with this system we have 3 or 4 different things that we control, and we have about 10 things that we measure. So it is just a common, what's called a MIMO, so multi-input, multi-output system, and it has nonlinear dynamics associated with it, so it's something that's really good fit for the type of technology that's being developed. The thing that really surprised me about when I first started at CSU is I had come from a smaller school, and CSU is a relatively large school, but I was really surprised at how closely the professors interacted with the students and how closely the students interacted with each other and how much of a sense of community there is within the department. And all the professors in the department that I've dealt with are very approachable and seem to understand what it's like to be a graduate student. They haven't lost touch with what goes on in a graduate student's life and what's important to the graduate student, and they provide advice and help along the way. As a graduate student, I've been employed as a research associate working on this project, as a research associate working on a different project for my master's work, and then also I'm interested in teaching, so I've had the opportunity to both be a teaching assistant, and then also I instructed a few classes during the semester and also during the summer. So I've been able to get funding in a variety of ways. And without the funding, there's really no way that I could be here. That's kind of the short answer. But I think this department does a really good job at trying to provide funding for students. They go out of their way to make sure that once a student is here and is working and is pursuing their degree, that they can find the funding for them to make sure that they can complete their degree. To me, one of the great things about Colorado State is its location. So in Fort Collins, which is a relatively small city, but it still is big enough so that there's plenty of things to do. There's all sorts of different performing arts centers, if that's the type of thing that you're into. And then also just its proximity to the mountains. It's really easy. Within 2-minute drive, you can be out in the middle of nowhere. And then there's ski areas within 2 or 3 hour drive, and you can easily do day trips. And there's always plenty of graduate students that are interested in doing those outdoor activities, and it really makes it a lot of fun.